Welcome to Steady Growth, where we build money, character, and resilience the same way. Small, steady, and on purpose. No hype, just honest steps that add up. Let's begin. Your child is standing at the edge of the pool for their swim lesson, and they're crying. "It's too hard. I don't want to. Please don't make me." The instructor is waiting in the water, and in that moment, your heart cracks a little, and you feel a powerful pull to scoop them up to say, okay, you don't have to make the hard feelings stop. Every loving instinct you have is screaming to rescue them. So here's the question that matters more than swimming. In that moment, is your child in danger, or are they just uncomfortable? Because those are two completely different things, and one of the most important jobs you have as a parent is learning to tell them apart. When we confuse them, when we treat every discomfort as if it were danger, we think we're protecting our kids, but we may be teaching them the single most fragile lesson there is, that hard feelings are emergencies and that they can't survive them. So let's talk about discomfort, danger, and how to raise a kid who can do hard things. Here's the distinction, and it's everything. Discomfort is the feeling of effort, frustration, boredom, disappointment, or doing something unfamiliar and hard. It feels bad, genuinely unpleasant, but it is not harmful. In fact, it's usually the exact opposite. Discomfort is the sensation of growing. It's what learning a hard skill feels like from the inside, the same way sore muscles are what getting stronger feels like. Danger, on the other hand, is a real threat to your child's safety or well-being, physical, emotional, or relational. Danger requires you to step in. Every time, no question. The whole art of parenting in these moments is telling the two apart, because they can feel identical from the outside. The crying child at the pool and the child in genuine distress can look the same, but one needs you to step in, and the other needs you to stay steady. And getting that backwards, in either direction, does real damage. Step in on a danger you miss, and your child gets hurt. But rescue a child from mere discomfort over and over, and you teach them something quietly devastating, that they are fragile, that hard feelings are dangerous, and that they need you to escape them. I want to be gentle here because this mistake comes from love. It's the most understandable error a caring parent can make. And if you've been doing the rescuing, most of us have, please hear this. It does not make you a bad parent. It makes you a loving one whose deepest instinct fired exactly the way it was built to. You just get to aim that love a little differently starting today. Because here's what's really happening. When your child is upset and you make the discomfort instantly disappear, the relief on their face is real and it feels like good parenting. But think about what they learn over hundreds of these moments. They learn, when something feels hard, the answer is to escape it. They learn, my big feelings are emergencies that someone else has to fix. They learn, I am not someone who can handle hard things. And here's the cruel irony. By trying to protect them from every uncomfortable feeling, we leave them less protected because we never let them discover the one thing that actually builds resilience, the lived experience of feeling something hard, staying in it, and coming out the other side okay. That discovery, that was really hard, and I survived it, and I'm actually proud, cannot be taught with words. It can only be earned. And there's a word for things that work this way, things that don't just tolerate a little stress, but grow stronger because of it. Anti-fragile. Your immune system is anti-fragile. It's the whole reason a vaccine, a tiny safe dose of a challenge, makes you stronger for the real thing. And it turns out children are anti-fragile too. A child kept under glass doesn't grow strong. A little wind is how the roots grow deep. There's an old saying that gets it exactly right. Prepare the child for the road, not the road for the child. So here's the reframe that changes everything. Discomfort isn't an obstacle to your child's growth. Discomfort is the growth. We tend to think of the hard, frustrating part as the thing standing between our child and the lesson, the unpleasant toll on the way to learning to swim or read or share. But the struggle isn't the toll. The struggle is the curriculum. The moment your child wants to give up and doesn't, the moment they push through the frustration and stay with the hard thing, that's the rep that builds the muscle, not the success at the end, the struggle in the middle. This is why a childhood carefully smoothed of all difficulty, all boredom, all frustration doesn't produce a happy, capable adult. It produces an adult who never got to practice being uncomfortable and who therefore finds ordinary adult life, which is full of discomfort, completely overwhelming. The kindest thing you can do is not remove the hard things. It's to let your child do hard things on purpose while you stand close enough to catch a real fall and far enough back to let them feel themselves do it. Now, this does not mean your child must do every activity forever and is never allowed to quit anything. That's not resilience, that's a trap. So here's a simple, powerful tool. Call it the quitting rule. The rule is this: you're allowed to quit things, but you are not allowed to quit in the moment of discomfort. You don't get to walk out of the pool mid-lesson because it got hard. You finish the lesson. You finish the game. You get through the hard patch. And then, later, calm, dry, fed, on the car ride home or the next morning, you can decide whether this is something you genuinely want to stop doing. Why does the timing matter so much? Because quitting in the moment of discomfort teaches your child that the feeling of "this is hard" is a valid reason to quit anything, and that is a catastrophic life skill. But deciding later, once the discomfort has passed, separates two completely different questions. Do I want to escape this hard feeling right now, which is almost always a yes, from is this activity actually not for me, which is a real and legitimate question. The first is discomfort talking. The second is judgment. The quitting rule makes sure it's judgment, not discomfort, that runs your child's life. They can stop the violin, but not on the hard day. They can leave the team, but not at halftime. And by the way, this rule will quietly serve them with money for the rest of their lives, because financial discomfort works exactly the same way. Waiting for the thing, saving instead of spending, hearing "not this month," that's the same curriculum. And never decide inside the hard feeling is precisely the skill that one day keeps them from buying their way out of every uncomfortable moment. So in the heat of the moment, how do you actually tell which one you're looking at? One question: is anyone genuinely unsafe? Is my child's body, heart, or basic dignity actually at risk? If a coach is humiliating them, if there's real physical danger, if they're being harmed or truly overwhelmed beyond their capacity, that's danger, and you step in fully, no hesitation. But if the honest answer is that they're safe and this is just hard, scary, boring, frustrating, unfamiliar, disappointing, then it's discomfort, and your job flips completely, not to rescue, but to stay steady and be their calm. And here's the key. What your child needs from you in a discomfort moment isn't escape. It's a steady presence that communicates two things at once. I can see this is really hard for you, and I know you can do hard things. You're not cold and you're not dismissive of the feeling. You validate the feeling completely while holding the line on the behavior. I know, it's hard, and you're going to get in the pool, and I'll be right here watching the whole time. That combination, warm about the feeling, steady about the task, is the whole skill. Now let me be honest with you, because on this channel, calm and accurate beats clever, and because this idea is easy to get dangerously wrong in the other direction. Discomfort is not danger, is not a license to push your kid past their limits, ignore their fear, or call real distress just discomfort because it's inconvenient for you. This is not toughen up or stop crying. A child who is truly overwhelmed, flooded, panicking, beyond their capacity, is not in a discomfort moment anymore. Their nervous system has tipped into genuine distress, and forcing them deeper doesn't build resilience, it builds trauma. The art is staying attuned, reading your actual child in this actual moment with warmth, supporting them right at the edge of their ability, not flinging them off a cliff. Resilience is built in the stretch zone, just past easy, not in the panic zone. And the relationship is what makes the whole thing work. A child will walk into a great deal of discomfort when they trust that you see them, you believe in them, and you are not going anywhere. You're not their rescuer, and you're not their drill sergeant. You're their steady base, the safe place they launch from and return to. So here's the whole thing to carry into the next hard moment. When your child melts at the edge of something difficult, pause and ask the one question: are they in danger or just uncomfortable? If it's danger, step in, every time. But if it's discomfort, if they're simply safe and scared and it's hard, then the bravest, most loving thing you can do is not rescue them from the feeling, but stay steady beside it. Let them finish the lesson before they decide to quit it. Validate the feeling completely and hold the line anyway. Because every time your child does a hard thing and discovers they survived it, they lay a brick in the one belief that will carry them through an entire life. I can do hard things. You can't hand them that belief, no matter how much you love them. You can only stand close, stay calm, and let them build it. One uncomfortable, undangerous, growing moment at a time. Discomfort isn't in the way of the lesson. Discomfort is the lesson. If something here was useful today, the best thing you can do is use it tonight in one small way. And if you'd like to keep growing with us, you're welcome in our tribe at familycreative.org. It's where we gather the tools and resources we build for people doing this on purpose, and where you can learn more, share what's working, and help someone a few steps behind you. That's the whole point. Small, steady, together. Be kind, try hard, do the work, build the family. We'll see you in the next one.